Episode 4 of the Brink of Sanity. I am Jay. With me, as always, is Bry.
Hello.
And special guest tonight, we got Alex.
Greetings. Greetings.
Finally.
Should I say the episode number before each episode? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Remind them, yeah.
Yeah, why not? So you can see how far we've come. Friggin' 4. Amazing.
How far have you come?
Well, we got rid of Joel and got you. That's how far we've come.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going for the dirty. I'm sorry.
Oh. We don't have the webcams up, so we can't show that.
I know. I don't know. I just watched Lenny recently, and there was a big, whole pitter patter on, words like "cum" and things like that. So
You watched what?
the movie Lenny. It's based on Lenny Bruce.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I never heard of
I
it.
thought you were talking about Lenny and Carl from The Simpsons. We
No.
never talked about shooting cum.
No. Lenny Bruce. Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear about that.
No.
I never knew there was one. I'm interested in learning about Lenny Bruce. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, you should. I mean, it's a good film. It's kind of, there's some sad
Yeah.
things, but there's some funny parts. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Cool. So, yeah, Alex finally made it. We've been hyping you up for 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You have a lot to live up to.
Oh damn. Well, I'm sure I'll
Yeah.
slip in something.
We got all these Alex groupies already, and last week there was no Alex. It's out of control.
We were hoping to go to like episode 10 until you came on to just kind of keep building everything, but you had to show up this week. But that's fine. We're happy to have you.
And then you come on, and you don't say a word.
I want to see the emails and the pictures that people have sent in. I want to talk to Alex.
Our server's down.
Yeah, I left them work.
Yeah, we're having trouble at the office.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know how that goes.
I know. I do.
So we got a big show tonight.
Yep.
We have planned almost nothing.
Yep.
But that's big.
I think we might have actually peaked already, but that's okay.
Yeah, turn it off now. We're done. Thank you and good night.
Thank you for downloading, though.
Whew, all right.
No, but we promised stories, and we got the stories. And Alex is bringing
We all have stories.
stories. So we were going to tell about SantaCon.
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 Oh my.
That would be a good picture for the one of all of us on the bench.
That's right. Yep.
That was a good picture.
I'll send it to you.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll have that up on the Libsyn site. It is thebrinkofsanity.libsyn.com. Libsyn is Libsyn. So that's I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a blog page, but we really just throw the episodes up there. And then we
But if you're listening, you probably already know how to get the show. So
right. So I'm just wasting my breath, really. No,
that's
but
okay.
we've been adding pictures to the episodes now. So
Yeah.
by we've been, I mean the last episode. I added one.
We're getting high tech.
Yeah. So we'll put a SantaCon picture up on the next one.
Woohoo!
So I did Libsyn. I originally tried to do the show through Podstrike. Bad news. Don't do it.
Why?
Well, they had me fill out all their information. Register here,
And then they went on strike.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
So they're Al Qaeda.
You hit submit, and it says there's an error. Fill out your info again. And so I did, and I got the same message. So I tried it one more time, and I got the same message. So I was like, all right, screw it. I'll just sign up through Libsyn. But I got 3 charges on my credit card
Oh yeah.
for, getting a monthly subscription. Only I never got a monthly. They never sent me a password or a login name or anything. So basically, they just charged me 3 times to fill out their awesome form, which was fun, but not $15 fun. So
Shouldn't it be $45 fun, or was it $5?
it was $5 a pop.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
I didn't know how long our show was going to be, so I figured I'd go the cheap route at first.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been on the phone with them every single day for the last 2 weeks, and they took away 1 of the 3 charges so far.
Hey, you're 1/3 of the way there.
Yeah, we got the ball rolling. So
$5. That's like half a rum and coke at a New York City bar.
not the bars I go to.
Oh.
That is a full rum and coke at the places I go to.
Ooh. Nice.
Alex and
None
I
of the SantaCon bars, I know that.
no,
Oh, no.
Alex and I know all the dive bars in the East Village. So
Oh yeah.
Something like a dive bar.
There really isn't.
No, there's not.
I don't see the point in paying $9-10 a drink to hang out with some stuck-up skanks and some frat guys.
My favorite is the people that go. Like there was a couple of girls that I knew when we were at some bar. And this girl was drinking a White Russian, and I was like, "Is that a White Russian?" Because you know how much I love those.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I only drink my White Russians with Stoli." And I'm like, half of these bars put the shitty vodka in the good vodka bottle, so you're probably drinking piss vodka, but you're paying extra like $4 for it.
Wow.
Plus, who can really tell the difference in vodka when you've got freaking, Kahlua and,
I know.
That's like
who cares?
Princess and the Pea of taste buds, if you can tell the difference in a White Russian with the friggin' cream in there.
I want my vodka Red Bull with Belvedere, please.
I hate people that, they're like, oh, give me a Absolute and cranberry. No, I don't want regular vodka and cranberry. I gotta have Absolute.
Yeah.
Because I'm a stuck-up cunt.
Just give me whatever gasoline-tasting liquor you got. Does it get me drunk? Sold.
Yeah. Chances are it's the shitty stuff in the good bottle anyway, so what's the difference?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So, yeah, we're not into the whole expensive scene. Most of those expensive bars, it's just like a table and you sit there and stare at each other anyway. It's like
the
dive bars where everyone gets rowdy and dances around, or at least some other draw to it.
You took me to the one time when I actually came to see you back when you lived in the actual city instead of in Brooklyn. We went to a couple of cool bars that time. Remember the beer pong place where the guy threw the beer at me?
Yeah.
I was off the wagon, wasn't it?
Was it off the wagon? I'm not sure.
I don't remember what it was called, but that was so funny.
I think it was off the wagon. I don't know what happened. Like, we were just... Did we beat the guy, or...
You have to understand, this guy was like... This guy had a beard, and anybody that knows me knows I love beards, and I'll always talk about beards. The guy turned out to be from the same college as we were, and so like we were talking about that, we were talking about beards. The guy was just trashed, and you and I were playing him in beer pong, and you made a joke to me about something, and he thought we were making fun of him because he was so drunk, and he picked up a beer from the beer pong table and just threw it across, and it went like 2 inches over my shoulder and just went right past me.
That's right.
I just looked at you like, what the fuck just happened? And the guy just walked out of the bar.
I was like, well, that counts as a forfeit.
But it was like, so like, not the type of person that would throw a beer at me. Like, I could see a dumb jock with his collar up and his khaki pants and his, Dave Matthews and his iPod. I could see him, choking me up against the wall because I was talking shit about him. But this is like my kind. The guy had a beard. He was a hippie. He was from Northeastern. He just picked up a beer and threw it at me and walked out.
Yeah, totally. He was normal the whole game before that, too.
He just, like, we were laughing. He looks up and just, whoosh, woo, right over my shoulder. The whole thing poured. It didn't hit me, but the whole beer poured as it went past me.
You got to respect the comedic value of throwing a full beer at someone.
Oh, yeah, especially when you paid for it,
We were at in the West Village, and there was this old guy, just totally wasted, and he fell down, and... It was a pretty spectacular fall, and it was one of the funnier things I've seen at a bar. And then he started like falling into people's booths, and it was pretty epic. He fell about 5-6 times in the half hour we were there.
I think I only had one good experience at Off the Wagon actually when I first moved to the city. It was like 4 p.m, and I had just like looked at one apartment down near there somewhere. I was like, oh, let me get some drinks. I met up with some friends. It was like, 4:30. I ended up meeting a girl, fucking talked. I mean, it wasn't that crowded, but I mean, every other time I'm there, it's like someone tries to start a fight or someone spills shit on me or I don't know.
Yeah, well, you always got like the jock guys who drink a lot but can't handle it, but they think they can.
Oh, yeah.
And then
well, they drink a lot so that they can be assholes and then say, oh, well, I was drunk.
Right,
Yeah.
blame it on the beer so I can fuck my
excuse.
fat chicks and start fights and blame it all on the beer.
Yeah. I mean, there's at least 3 of those in every bar in America right now.
Oh, yeah.
Last time I was there, I was playing beer pong with my buddy Henry. This kid weighs soaking wet like 90 pounds. So we're playing, and we're in our 3rd game. We won the first 2, and we kept telling everyone that the new person on the table has to buy the winners the pitcher. so we weren't paying for anything. So he's like standing up, but like swaying in a circle slowly and like drooling on the floor. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna throw up. Like, go in the bathroom and like throw up. Like, you're out of control. So he like stumbles into the bathroom, and behind me is this really good looking girl. So I'm like, hey, you want to be my partner in beer pong? She's like, yeah, sure. So we start playing. It's going good. We're chatting it up. And then this kid comes back from the bathroom and stands in front of her and just walks backwards, like pushing her back into the crowd, and like starts playing again. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I don't know how, but we ended up playing. We won 10 in a row. So after he threw up, he played 7 more games and didn't die, which is pretty impressive.
And he cockblocked you. That was pretty good.
Yeah. He didn't die from alcohol poisoning, but he did manage to cockblock me.
He should have died from you poisoning.
Yeah.
You kicked the shit out of him after you got cockblocked.
Should have died from Jay stabbing.
Here you go. Yeah. I got something for you to drink. Here, just keep going. No, keep going. There you go.
I would have made him drink every drink on the table. I would have been like, that's it. You're drinking all the beers that they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. That definitely would have killed him. I mean, this kid weighs nothing.
So what? He cockblocked you. What kind of friend is he?
He was hot.
He's not like me where you get laid every time you hang out with me. I mean, come on.
Fucking drunk cockblock, kick his ass.
Is that the same bar that we went to, or we haven't figured that out?
I think it's the same place. Yeah.
I also like that milkshake bar we went to that same night. We ended up there later.
Yep.
That was in the village.
They make alcoholic milkshakes.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's right on Avenue A. And the other place where we met for my birthday, that place had skee ball and
yeah,
darts and pool and pinball.
I can't believe you showed up. I didn't think you would.
I can't believe you showed up. I hadn't talked to you in about 2 years.
So it was Jay's birthday in the middle of July.
Yep.
I hadn't seen him in probably 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years since then. And he sends out a thing on MySpace saying, "Oh, for my birthday, for a happy hour, we're going to this bar at 6:00 when I get out of work." And I had just quit a job, so I had like a month off, and so I was like, Jay's birthday, I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe I'll just hop a train, go into the city, see if I can find this place, surprise him, drink all night, whatever. So I go down there, and of course Jay's always late. I got to the bar like an hour early anyway, so I'm just like pounding rum and cokes for like an hour, and I was bombed by the time he gets there.
Shit. And
Jay walks in with his roommate and a couple other people, and I just stand up and I like stumble over. I was like, "Happy birthday!" Jay's like, "Hey, thanks." "Oh, hey, Bri, how are you?"
I didn't even recognize you. You grew your
I had
hair
long
out
hair
like 9 inches. You gained a little weight. You had some facial hair going. You look like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
It was a pretty good facsimile.
That was a fun place. And then we went to the trivia place where they told me I yelled out the answer, and I didn't. Those cocksuckers.
Yeah, you got free pizza and trivia.
I think that was the first time I actually met like your friends, other than your roommate. Like,
right.
You were there?
Yeah, I was
you were
there
that night?
Yeah.
So you guys have actually met more than once.
Yeah.
Because my friend Brian, who lived in the city, he moved now to L.A., but he came out that night too because I hadn't seen him in like 2 years. So I was like, I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll see Brian and Jay at the same time. It's like, come on out, my friend's having a birthday.
No, it was a good night. I mean, I had to leave kind of early because I had some shit going on, but yeah.
I left early too because I ended up taking the train and going home. I remember just being passed out on the train the whole way home, like, this was not a good idea.
Shit. That's a long train. Wait, all right, come on. You've been stalling. Let's talk about the fall, man.
All right.
Oh, the fall.
This is what we've been hyping for 2 weeks. First, let me just get this out of the way.
Oh, get your shit out of the way. Right.
You could Skype us. I changed my, what's the name? The Brink of Sanity, no spaces. So you could Skype in, and then I guess we'll talk to you for a minute, and then hang up on you.
Are we going live right now?
We're not going live. This is for next week, because we always... Okay. I mean, we're always on between 8:30 and 9:30 doing this.
Oh, okay.
On Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays. We usually start a little before and go a little after, but between 8:30 and 9:30, you'll get us. So you can Skype in at the Brink of Sanity. Until we do go live, you can catch us on Wednesdays at that time. And, you could Skype in. I don't know if we have any like teasers of what we're going to talk about. I guess you could Skype in about that. If not, you could ask us random questions or tell us we stink or whatever you want.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
You could ask us, big existential questions, and we could try to answer them. Or you could say, whatever. You're a dumb fuck, and you should be not on the radio or on the internet, or whatever it is.
Right.
Whatever the fuck we're on.
You ask it, we'll answer it. That's what we're doing. So it might as well put us off on a tangent. I mean, we've been recording for 15 minutes, and we haven't even gotten to the fall story yet. So
yeah.
But let's get to that. It was during SantaCon. You guys want to start off on what SantaCon is?
Brian, go ahead.
Well, Jay is the expert. Why don't you handle that? And then me and Alex can get to the fall.
Okay, all right.
You want to start off? This was your first experience doing this. It was my 4th year in a row. It's annual. I call it the happiest day of the year.
I mean, it really was a phenomenal day. Little chilly, but that's fine. It was to be expected in December. I was dressed up like Santa Claus with a sort of wrestler theme.
Well, let's tell everyone like what it is.
Oh, what it is. Okay. From my knowledge, it is a celebration of the holidays, but in a Santa way. Not Santa being sort of religious, but Santa being awesome and jolly and fun, and he's a giver. He gives gifts to everybody. It doesn't matter, religious or whatever. So it's a big celebration of that, and people dress up in their own way of what they think of either Santa or something holiday-esque. There were elves, there were, lots
Mrs.
of...
Santa, there was,
Christmas trees, there was Jesus. There was
there was a Jesus.
He thanked everyone for coming to his birthday party.
That's true.
It was Hanukkah Harry.
Yeah.
Just insane amount of creative. So basically, everyone dresses up as Santa or a
derivation.
A Christmas-related type of thing or a Hanukkah-related type of thing.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was surprised. But I don't mean to cut you off, but I was surprised on 2 major things about SantaCon.
What were those?
Number one, the amount of women that were there, and number 2, the amount of those women who were hot was a lot higher than I expected.
I was trying to tell you that before it happened.
I thought it'd be all geeky, video game girls and skater girls, and
no, it's abundant.
There's a lot of sexy babes.
Yeah,
no kidding, with leggings and stuff on. Oh.
Yeah, everyone does their own variation of the costumes.
Yeah.
So, the girls did like sexy Santas with the short skirts and stockings, or a sexy elf. There was a lot of sexy elves there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cleavage, a lot of all that stuff.
Sexy reindeer? Was there any reindeer?
There was reindeer. I don't know if they were sexy. There was definitely reindeer though.
I think they were guys actually. Yeah.
Oh.
There was
the Blue Man Group, and there was Hot Rod Santa, and there was King Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, my roommate,
Elf
my
Santa.
other buddy from Boston went as the Blue Man Group. We painted our heads blue.
A couple people got it.
Yeah, a couple people did.
Surprisingly.
Bri was the Burger King.
Yep. King Santa.
And I was Rowdy Roddy Santa.
He had the hot rod shirt and the kilt.
And the
It was
kilt.
awesome.
That's why it was kind of cold.
So we have a picture of all of us sitting on a bench. So we'll put that up on the Libsyn site.
And along the way, when it first started, we picked up gay biker Santa on the way.
We did. We were 4 stops into Brooklyn, and we were meeting up. It starts. Oh, we didn't even.
It's before we got you, Alex, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't even explain what.
Yeah, we weren't even. We weren't even off the train. We were at your local stop, and the guy just walked by us.
Yeah, we were going to go to downtown and in Manhattan, and we saw another Santa in like the.
He was Rob Halford Santa.
Yeah, or what was that? The guy from Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that Santa. So we picked him up along the way. We didn't even explain like what it is we do though.
We walk around and we drink and we chant and we.
Pretty much, it's like a big bar crawl from 10 in the morning until 3 in the morning, and like
or as long as you can make it.
Yeah, It's definitely a test of stamina. So it starts off downtown, goes up, wraps all the way around, goes back downtown.
They text you the directions to where whatever the next place is going to be.
Right. And it just gets progressively rowdier throughout the day.
Yeah.
And especially later into the night because there was a whole different crowd at the night places as opposed to the day places.
There wasn't many troopers like us that tried to do the entire thing.
Yeah, I saw it falling off. Yeah, I noticed that.
I gotta say though, that was out of the 4 I've been to, that was my least favorite one. So,
boo.
Hopefully you guys can make it to the next one, and it'll be up to.
Well, I have the freaking suit now. I don't have to.
Why do you think it wasn't as good? Because I know one, it didn't go as late. It sort of broke up when we got to that one last bar, but it wasn't as rowdy, or it didn't go as late, or there wasn't as many places to go. Why do you say it wasn't? It was the least favorite. I'm just curious.
Well, they were switching bars too quick. By the time you got one drink, they're already going to the next bar. The other places, you're at the bar for a full hour, so everyone's getting rowdy and getting drinks, and everyone has time to get drinks, and it's not just like walking from place to place the entire time.
Yeah, going to Grand Central was a horrible idea.
That was. It seemed like we went to 2 places, then we went to that park for like 5 hours.
That was where I was getting next.
Yeah.
They told us to go to Tompkins Square Park, and then there was nothing planned for like 3 hours. Everyone just standing there.
Then it started to get cold.
And everyone kind of just like sobered up, and that's where it started breaking off. And it was still early in the day. Usually we do go to Central Park, but it's only for an hour, and they're doing like tug of war. And one year it was snowing, so there was this 200-person snowball fight. This year everyone was just kind of just standing there not knowing what to do. And then when the 3 hours were up, they sent us to a bar that wasn't open yet.
Yeah.
So
that's
it was just bad coordination among whoever was coordinating it. I don't know who was, but whoever planned that out just dropped the ball, and because you think about it, if you're in the bar getting drinks the whole time, like it's going to get a lot rowdier, a lot quicker, and people aren't going to be sobering up in the middle of a park. And so, that made a lot of people leave. So by 6, 7 o'clock, there was only half as many people as there was previous years.
Right, I understand.
I mean,
plus it ended early. There was nothing after that, right? You never got another text after that last one.
No, at 9 o'clock, they told us to go to Brooklyn and go to the shore and
Yeah, we did the fire. Then we went to that bar right around the corner, and then I don't think that was the last place we went to because we broke up. We left after that. That was Alex. You left right before that bar.
Yeah.
There was an after party, but it was just hope you guys come again because the other years were just so much better. They're probably gonna get feedback on.
It was a long day, but I also got up at 6 a.m. because I had to drive into the city that day because of the fucking snow the day before.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there was a snowstorm. I tried to come over the day before and didn't make it.
Took me 3 hours to go 20 miles. So I turned around and went home. I said, screw it, I'll get up. Plus I was still hungover from my work Christmas party the night before.
Oh my God.
So I wasn't gonna sit in my car much longer.
Well, I think for the lack of rowdiness, I think Jay kind of made up for it.
Yeah, I got my money's worth, and I think I gave you guys some entertainment, make the trip worth it.
Jay, you always do.
I always hurt myself. This is the 4th episode in a row we've been talking about me hurting myself.
Oh, you did the ankle thing?
We did the ankle thing. We did, well, there was another one. What did we do before that?
You got carpal tunnel from playing Guitar Hero too much?
No, that wasn't it. We were talking about the Valentine's Day massacre last week, where I disappeared for 3 hours and came back covered head to foot in grease and dirt. Yeah, you got to listen to that one. It's a long story. We're not going to do it again, but
we'll do it again next year.
We blacked out on a Valentine's Day, and some crazy shit happened.
Okay, no, so this wasn't like last Thursday. This happened to you on Valentine's Day.
No.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
okay,
this was back in the college days.
Yeah.
Apparently, not much has changed, considering I hurt myself just as bad, if not worse, on SantaCon.
Shit.
So
you should have died, basically.
Which time?
Well, all of them, but no, SantaCon.
Yeah, I probably should have been in the hospital. Um, some big bruises and welts, but didn't need to go to the hospital. So that's good at least.
You got the reflexes of a cat.
I do.
A drunk
I do.
cat.
A drunk, a little bit slow cat, but yeah. So I fell for about 30. What was this, like 8 o'clock at night?
Something like
Is
that.
it even that late? Yeah, I guess it probably was.
Maximum. It couldn't have been much later than that. I mean, granted, we were drinking since 10 in the morning, but I don't think I was that drunk. It was just one of those fluke things. We were walking between bars, and
Were we on Ludlow or?
somewhere on the Lower East Side. I don't know any of the streets down there. It's
Yeah.
I'm always lost.
We were coming from the bar that was closed.
No, we were coming from that bar where that couple was like fucking in the bar.
Libation.
Oh yeah, that was the bar that was closed. We were coming from there because then we had to go to Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah.
When we say
That's a whole story in itself. That couple that was fucking, that was pretty good.
Want to do that? Want to just go in chronological order and tell that story first?
Go ahead.
Oh
Mark.
yeah, then we could tell the story about how that girl
Go for it,
pissed Matt off by teasing me.
Go for it. Kick it off.
We were at this bar. What was the name of the bar?
Libation.
This bar was like packed beyond like fire marshal code. You couldn't even move. It was like annoyingly crowded. You just were
With
like a
Santa.
sardine. And,
Still with Santas. So
yeah, still with Santa. Everybody was in a Santa suit, and everybody was for New York. Everybody was surprisingly friendly, you know.
Yep.
But this place was just so
People
overcrowded.
aren't Santas though. That was funny. Seeing the look on their faces when they're grabbing a drink and like 200 Santas pour in.
Or at the subway station.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead.
So we were just jam packed, and we were like 2 feet from the wall, where there was like, I don't know if they were chairs or couches or what along the whole wall, and we were just all sort of talking. And I think the group was actually split up. I think we were missing Alex. I think Alex was missing at that time, or somebody was missing.
I think I went upstairs to check out something, and this
Yeah, and we just happened to notice that there was a couple having sex right, like 2 feet from us.
Yeah, on the
It
couch.
was interesting on the couch. Yeah, it was interesting because the guy was sitting down, and the girl was straddling him, and then there was another girl behind that girl that was sort of dancing, but like pushing the girl onto the guy. And
I think she was kind of like blocking the angle.
Yeah,
so you could see.
yeah, she was sort of blocking the angle and enabling them to get their rocks off or whatever. And it was cool though because we all sort of saw it at different times, and we were all just like, "Are they? Yeah, they are. All right."
It was weird because it was like being on
This
the
freaky looking guy too.
It was. I don't know. I don't know if it's cool or just awkward or I don't know. It was just weird.
It's a little of everything.
Yeah.
If we were going in chronological order, though, we missed a big part of the night with Alex's possible love connection.
Oh shit! I can fill that in after we.
No, we're going in order.
All right. So
You might as well jump in right now.
Okay,
It's a social. You could jump in.
I think it was the kilt.
Yes. Well, I mean, earlier in the day, we had just come from Grand Central, and we're on our way to Thompson Square Park. Stopped to get a pizza there on 2nd and St. Mark's, and we're right at the window, and people are walking by. We're like, yeah, doing stuff. But there's a window right in front of me, and this girl comes running up with a sprig of mistletoe, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So we kiss through the glass.
Yep.
And then at the time I was like, whatever. She walks off. But I end up meeting her later at Niagara.
Bar next to the park, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point I was a little drunk, so my
Tolerance, your standards were lower.
a little bit, but then I still was like, yeah, whatever.
She wasn't that bad looking.
That's true.
She was cute. She was,
That's true. But then, we get to talking. She actually is very forward and asked me for my phone number, and, we kiss a little bit, and then, then she starts texting me like mad. And I'm like, what's up with Freak Girl? And then finally I text her back, and we meet up later at Libation, and when we're there, and so we're making out a little bit there, and then she's going off with her friends, and I don't know. I mean, I've seen her since then. I saw her once, but like once we met, like completely sober, and just had a couple drinks. I mean, she was cool, but I could tell from my standpoint that this was not really going to go anywhere.
Right. But
And
she wanted you to give her the stink finger.
Don't you love that awkward sober daylight meeting where you're like, yeah, well, we already made out, so how long do I have to sit here and pretend to like you until we can make out again?
All right, your audio is just going max headroom on us right now.
Oh, I opened a website. Sorry, is it still all fucked up or?
No, it's fine now. Stop searching porn though.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
No,
I said if you're looking for the Knicks score, they're down by 44.
Oh, all right. Well, my search is over then. No, I was saying, I don't know how much of it you heard, but I was saying, don't you love that like awkward, like you've already made out with somebody when they're drunk, but then you see them when you're sober, and you're just sort of like, all right, what do we got to do until we can get back to that point? So I don't have to listen to your, nonsense about how much you love,
Those shoes you saw in the window.
feeding the poor and stuff like that.
I mean, she was fairly interesting, but I think most of me was like, I kind of wanted to meet her again just to see if there was any payoff, and then I would decide if like there was any date-worthy qualities.
Right.
And there wasn't any payoff, so
I was supposed to meet up with you that night. That was the night I exploded my ankle.
shit. Malia, I think her name is Malia Martin.
Malia.
Yeah,
Eminem.
but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Huh.
It's done now. I don't even have the phone number anymore.
Deleted.
Well, I got a new phone and I didn't save the number.
Oh, okay. On purpose.
On purpose.
Well, if she's listening, she'll know how to find you by emailing us.
Yes, of course she will, and now I'll get hate mail. You heard this monster?
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com.
Shit. But so that's that. That happened early in the day and late in the day, and that was probably the highlight as far as like women are concerned for me that day. So.
Oh, there's a video of SantaCon that I made up on YouTube.
Oh, yeah? You put it up there?
Yeah, it's youtube.com/TITOWAJ.
Tit.
Tito Waj.
Tit.
So it doesn't have my fall in the video. I was filming up into 30 seconds before I fell, and I hit pause. You hear me say, let me pull over for a second. And then I hit pause, and then the fall happened. And so, unfortunately, it's not in the video.
So explain what was happening. I know there was like a shopping cart, but what were you doing?
There was so much stuff set up, it almost looked like we set everything up as like a comedy prop stage. Because it was just...
Even we couldn't plan something that funny. I mean, look at this podcast. It's not as funny as your fall.
Seriously. It was ridiculous. It was... my Santa suit had like one of those fake boot things that you put around your ankle, and it was like torn, and it was like coming off my foot. So I went over to the side to like take it off, and I start taking. I'm like standing on one foot trying to take it off, which is always a great idea after 9 and 10 hours of drinking, and I like my foot slipped and I kicked a sign over. And I started falling backwards, but there was a shopping cart behind me. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll just fall into the shopping cart. So I fall into the shopping cart, which would have been funny enough. But then the shopping cart starts tipping backwards. And behind that is one of those cellar door. I don't know if anybody who's not from New York, I don't know if they're familiar with this, but there's like cellars between each storefront with like these doors that open up straight up.
Or anybody who lives in like an older house has that cellar door, but you just have to picture this sort of between buildings.
It's got the doors that open and
with the fake wood stairs that go down,
right.
Very narrow.
Right. So yeah. I fall out of the shopping cart straight down onto one of those cellar doors, which caused these huge black and blues that ran from my ass down to the back of my knee on both legs.
Because they were up, and
they were up, and it was like a fine point, so it like
and you hit it, and then one of them actually started closing. Right?
Yeah, I'm a big guy, so falling from the shopping cart onto that, did some damage to my legs. So then one of those doors starts falling shut. So I flip over it and start tumbling down the cellar stairs. I got like halfway down before I spread my arms out and stopped myself from falling the rest of the way.
And it was in slow motion. It just was like long. Like I looked down and then looked up and you were falling. Looked down and looked up and you were still falling.
The whole thing took like 30 seconds. I was falling for a long time. Yeah, I kicked the sign and I did one of those things where your arms flail as falling backwards. And then the shopping cart kept equilibrium for 5 seconds before that tipped over. And I did another one of those flailing things before I fell out of it. And I thought I was just going to land straight up on the door, and then that slowly started falling shut. It was out of control.
I think we were also far. I mean, I was very far away from you. This happened. I was across the street when it happened. I think.
I was in the next door. You were sort of behind all of us because you were filming us, and you stopped. So we were ahead. There wasn't anybody near you to grab you.
No, somebody touched my ankle and told me they saved me.
That was probably. It wasn't Emilio. Who is it?
I don't know. I'm dude, I'm over 200 pounds, and I was falling with full momentum. I saved myself by bracing my arms out. You touching my ankle did absolutely nothing. But at that point, I was so embarrassed, I didn't really feel like getting into an argument, so kind of just put my head down and walked away. But, it was it was probably the most epic fall.
One of the best films I've seen. If you would have recorded it, America's Funniest Home Videos, or
it definitely would have won.
Drunken Home Videos.
Yeah, they don't have falls that good in the movies. That was
It's almost as good as Anthony's fall that time in college.
Oh, it was better than that one, but that one was funnier just because it was Anthony.
Yeah,
we had this roommate who was insane, and I think we were picking him up from an airport, and he had this big luggage thing right behind him on the subway, and he was standing in front of it. And the train stopped short, and he just fell backwards over his luggage, and his feet went straight up in the air. It was that was a pretty awesome fall too.
Funny shit, man.
Good times. And then we went to after Jay's fall, and we went down to Brooklyn, where they had the bonfire on the water, which was actually kind of cool.
But fucking cool, and the worst idea of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but yeah, that definitely killed the night.
Yeah, it was it sobered everybody up, is what it did.
Yeah.
And some idiot was starting to talk to me about existential stuff, and I was like, okay, let's talk about it. And I started disagreeing with some things he was saying, and then just all aggressive, and I was like, well, fuck you, man, get the fuck away from me. Yeah.
So, yeah, that end of the night portion made it onto the video with the fire breathing and whatever was going on at that point.
My video didn't come out that good. I probably could send it to you, but it didn't really. There's nothing exciting in it.
It was hard because in the bars it's all dark and
yeah,
But
then we went to that last bar after Alex left, and that's where that girl teased me. Remember?
She teased? I didn't hear about this. What happened?
Oh, you didn't hear? It was Matt made a bigger deal out of it than I did. We were down. I don't remember the name of the bar wherever we were. It was kind of a cool bar. We were in the basement. There was a big dance floor, and we were just sort of half passed out up against the wall and some chairs, and there was a dance floor in front of us. And some girl comes up to me and grabs me, and she's like, "Come on, let's dance." So I'm like, "All right, I'm dancing or whatever." And I was like, "You sure you want to dance with me? Because I can't dance, She, just dance."
Oh, I remember.
And she remember that, Jay? Yeah.
Yeah,
so then she
she was real.
So she was hot, yeah. And so we danced, and I was trying to talk myself out of dancing. I was like, I don't dance, whatever. So she walked away, so I went and sat down, and then she comes back and grabs me again. And I get up there and I'm dancing, and I'm like, whatever. And then some guy came and tapped her on the shoulder, I guess it was her boyfriend or something. But so she turns and starts dancing with him. So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I just sat down. Then they're like dancing in front of me, and they're like making out on the dance floor, and like, like I'm sitting there like with her bag was like at my feet because she put it down when we were dancing. And I was just like, whatever, I don't care. Matt was so pissed about that. He was like, what a fucking bitch, and blah, blah, blah.
He almost
I hate when people. Oh, he was pissed. He was going to kick the guy's ass. He was so mad.
I think he was going to kick her ass.
He was like, oh, I can't believe that bitch did that to you, teasing you, using you to get her boyfriend jealous. And I was like, dude, I don't care. He's like, oh, I'd care if I were you. She was hot, too. I was all excited. Like, when she pulled me back the second time, I was like, oh, all right, maybe this is going somewhere. And then, sure enough, it died right out, but...
Damn.
I think Matt has a short fuse lately after his whole Alaska fiasco.
That's true, too. Normally, I'd be pissed about that, too, but I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I kept saying to her, I'm like, I can't dance. Why do you want to dance with me? She's like, oh, come on, let's just dance. I'm like, well, fine.
I want to get my boyfriend jealous so he'll anger fuck me later.
Yeah, grudge.
I can fuck you right here in front of your boyfriend. I don't really care. It wouldn't be the first time I've done something like that. Well, not with them watching, but,
On a dance floor? I think.
Oh, no, not on the dance floor. I just mean fuck somebody that has a boyfriend or
Oh, okay. I was like, you're
husband or fiance or something.
You, sir, are full of shit.
I may have done that inadvertently.
You accidentally fucked somebody on a dance floor?
No, I accidentally fucked someone that had a boyfriend.
I'm just stuck on fucking somebody on the dance floor. Neither of you guys are even talking about that anymore.
Because you saw that couple fucking, Jay. You can't get that out of your mind.
I know. That was crazy.
I guess, it's the idea of how you do it discreetly. I mean, if you just want to fucking do it, I mean, I guess anybody could do it, but...
If you want people watching you, yeah, you can just do it. If you do it, not draw any attention to yourself.
You get kicked out of the bar with your dick hanging out of your pants.
True.
That's no good. Then you get arrested for public exposure.
Okay, quick. Time out. All right. Let's take a vote of the three of us. Who has either had sex or had some kind of oral sex in the bathroom? Not your own bathroom of your house, at a restaurant or a bar.
How about a party? Does that count?
Okay.
I was at that party.
I was wearing your shirt, Jay.
You dick.
Jay's lucky shirt.
I was wearing that red shirt of yours. You know that picture we have where we both have red shirts on?
Yeah.
There's a picture of you, me, and her from that night. It's your shirt that you lent me.
Oh, my club shirt thingy?
Yeah. Yeah, that was at the Tom's place at the.
I know where it was.
What did we used to call that place?
The Alpine.
The Alpine. I was at the Alpine party.
I almost did. I was trying to in the bathroom of a bar, and her roommate was supposed to be like the lookout. We weren't in there for more than 15 seconds before people started banging on the door trying to get in, and so it never happened. And she wasn't doing a good job of being lookout because we only had 10 seconds free time. So
I almost got thrown out of a bar once because I went over to the bathroom and there was this guy standing at the door and he wouldn't let me in. I was like, I gotta piss, get the fuck out of my way. So I go storming in and there was a girl. There was no one else. It was just a girl peeing in the stall.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. I want to piss. So she leaves, so I piss. I come out and this guy's staring at me. Then I go back and I'm talking to my friend. And he's like, that guy owns this place. I was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. I was like, he was standing outside the door, and I just bullied my way past him.
How'd you not get kicked out?
I was like, get the fuck out of my way. I got to piss. He's like, don't go in there. There's a girl. I was like, I don't care if there's a girl. I don't want to see her snatch. I just want to piss.
Well, the funny thing is, everyone has the fantasy about it. But once you get there, once someone starts pounding on that door, you're like, fuck, all right, we better hurry this up and get there. Or then, all right, fuck it, let's just stop.
Yeah.
And that happened to me. The latter, we probably had a good, I don't know, minute, maybe a little over a minute, but it just there was a little nervousness about it.
Right. Right.
Understandable.
I don't know.
You got to do it earlier in the night, I guess, when the place isn't too crowded.
Yeah.
Or when people, aren't as drunk, so they can hold it longer.
Yeah.
Because after you've been drinking a while, you can't hold it more than a minute,
Damn. All right, sorry to get off on that came into my head. So
No, this whole show's about.
That's all right. That's what the show's about. Tangents and your disgusting point of view.
my head references. All right, woo!
Filthy animal. So we're gonna take a break, but you're not gonna notice because we're gonna hit pause on the record button. So
I gotta piss again too. Good.
yeah, so do I. So
Three White Russians down. I'm fucking bombed.
So we're going to take a 2-minute break, and for you listeners, it'll be a 0-second break, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Back!
Yeah, we're back. Boy, am I glad I found that pause button, because the last 3 weeks I've had to hold it for like 2 hours, and
Yeah.
no fun.
I was going to have to sneak off again and let you guys ramble.
That's how much we don't know what we're doing. It took me 4 episodes to find the pause button.
I'm stuck here for 45 minutes. Jesus. 2
So
hours.
we'd eventually like to go live and have a video, whatever you call it, video cast, and a bunch of stuff. But we're doing the baby step approach because none of us really know what we're doing.
Right now, we're just trying to gain a little bit of a following and get some people to actually listen and like us and all that.
Follow this.
Yeah, well, when we get more listeners, we'll get more high tech. Nothing against the people that are listening now. It's
everything against them. You're a bunch of losers with no life if you're still listening to us after 4 episodes. Our boring stories you probably already heard. Just kidding. I love you guys.
I wonder if they're listening to it like on the subway when they're on the way to work.
Or maybe they do what I do. I pick random podcasts and listen to them while I'm at work, so I don't have to listen to my stupid bosses.
Well,
I'll listen to anything just to not listen to them. Well, I mean, like, I sit, like, in the UN section of the work. Like, I got, like, 3 Chinese people to my left that only speak in Chinese.
Dude, it's Asian American. The Chinaman is not the issue here.
All right, Lebowski.
Hey, I'm in my robe. I'm drinking a White Russian. What else could it be?
You're out of your element, Donnie.
And then behind me, I got 3 Russian people that are just speaking in Russian. And then in front of me, I got 4 Spanish people. Nobody speaks English. And I just don't want to hear it. So I just throw in random podcasts. And,
Are you still 2 desks away from the quality control guy?
No, they moved me in the middle of, like, all the bosses and stuff now. I'm in, like, the thick of the things.
Oh, so no more comics.
No. They moved me... First, I was uploading comics and reading them at work. I must have read, like, I don't know.
Oh,
200.
comics. I thought you meant stand-up comics.
No, just, like X-Men. I must
nerd stuff.
200 of them. Yeah, it's total nerd stuff, but,
I got 5th row tickets to see Louis C.K., speaking of comics. Very excited.
I've seen him before. He's good.
Yeah, I like him. I'm excited for that.
Very cool.
Don't mind me. I'm drunk. I'm just cutting into your conversation.
Yeah, totally derailed my story.
Sorry, you were talking about nerds and comic books and...
it wasn't...
voting.
Yeah, we don't...
Day-to-day job stuff.
Yeah.
Day-to-day.
Nobody wants to
You're
hear
talking
that.
about how you're the only American in your office?
Yeah, I'm like the only guy who's speaking. One of my bosses actually walked over to me once, and he's like, "Does anybody in here speak English anymore?"
And you didn't raise your hand, did you?
I had my headphones on. And I'm like, I'm staying.
I don't hear you.
Tell him you only speak Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Hey, at me.
So, you were telling me the other week, Alex, that 2 things happened to you.
Oh, okay. So, I've been in New York for 4 years now. Living in the city for 4 years. Over 4 years now. And in the same apartment in the East Village. And, this is very strange. The other day, I getting home from work. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Like, I open my door. It's dark. I throw on the light. And I hear this rustling. I'm like, what the fuck? Close the door. Look to the left. In my kitchen, what do you think I see?
Your roommate stuffing her face with donuts.
No, no, she doesn't like donuts. But
A skunk.
A fucking pigeon is in my kitchen, in the sink, Now, the shit is that, like, all right, so I've been going to the gym more, and I've been eating more, like, protein stuff, so I was getting tuna fish and made, like, a casserole, because tuna fish is high in protein and blah, 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 blah. But, so, I had not cleaned the pan. Well, I look in the bathroom, and there's a window, and it's quite open, and I see that, we have a candle in the window, when you gotta do what you gotta do, which had been knocked over into the toilet.
Why do you need a candle to jerk off?
Oh, I don't do that in the bathroom.
Oh.
That's like in front of the computer time, man.
All right.
He doesn't have a laptop.
That's why you live in New York and I live in Connecticut, I guess.
Well, but so it had forced its way through, come into the kitchen. All right. So now it's scared, but I'm a little fucking freaked out because I'm like, how do I get this fucker out the window?
Was it like freaking out?
It was freaking out a little bit. So it starts flying around the room, and I'm like, no, do not go in the rest of the apartment. I don't want you shitting anywhere. All right? So I keep it in the kitchen. And then I'm trying to figure out, okay, so I figured out how to open the top portion of the window. Mm-hmm. So it's wide open. But fucko will not go through there. So I've got a broom.
No, I was just about to ask if you got a broom.
I got a broom.
Is this on YouTube anywhere? It has to be on YouTube somewhere.
Seriously, where's the camera?
If someone was there and they wanted to fuck with me, take my picture at that point. But I got the curtains down. I actually had a curtain rod for a while trying to swat it to get it to go out. That didn't work, so I got a broom and the big pot you had to boil water and stuff.
Oh, this is
the lid.
The
lid. I have the lid as my shield. So I fucking tap it to get it, and then it starts flying around and fly towards me. I'm like, no! And I put the shield out, and then I'm like, and he keeps for some fucking all right, 45 minutes.
Scene in The Great Outdoors when the raccoon or the squirrel gets in the place and they're walking around with garbage cans on their head and shit.
Oh yeah, because all right, Pigeon is small, yes, but he's got these fucking little feet that are gonna, they could do something to, or the wings or do something. I don't even know.
Also, have crazy bowels. They shit all over the place.
Oh, exactly. I don't want to get shit on.
Did you know that pigeons have talons?
But this fucker. All right, so finally I close the window. I'm like, all right, and I'm trying to reason with this pigeon. I'm like, he's fluttered up to the top of the shelf, above the cabinets, and he's shuddering, and I'm like, all right, dude. I'm listening. I'm like man to man here. Can you just leave?
So you threw a firecracker at it. That's what I would.
At that point, I call my fucking super, and I'm like, how do I get this? He's like,
you're like, funny story.
He's like, I don't know, get him out. And I'm like, fuck you. All right, so I'm talking to him. I'm like, fuck it, dude. And I get I keep swatting at him. And it's going and going around. Finally, he goes right by the window. He's in a corner, shuddering, and I move really slow, and I open the bottom portion of the window.
And you stabbed him with a knife. And you slit its throat.
Isn't this more fun than going to the gym?
No, because my heart's fucking racing. I'm like, I want to get this fucker out of here. And, I open the window. He's right next to it. He still doesn't leave. I have to push him out a little bit. Finally,
you had to touch him. Ew.
You actually got to touch it?
I didn't touch. No, I know. Fuck no, dude. I'm not gonna touch a bird. Ew, that's nasty. But so he finally he's out. Boom! As soon as he's out, slam, everything, all the windows. Boom! Shut. Latch. Oh my god. I felt like I had been through a traumatic experience after this was over because I was sweating. I was breathing heavy, and I want to know. What's the percentage of people that happens to in New York? Because there's lots of pigeons, lots of open windows.
You're the first.
Yeah, whatever percentage is you out of all of Manhattan, that's the percentage.
But fucking A, man. And I've been there for 4 years, and this is the first time anything like that has ever happened.
Ever in the history of Manhattan, I think.
That'll teach you to keep your windows open.
Well, fuck yeah! I wrote on the board with me and my roommates. We have a board on the kitchen or on the what's it called? The thing you cool food with, the refrigerator. Yeah. So I wrote in big letters, "Keep windows closed. Pigeon got in."
I bet you had to come up with an explanation after that.
I did, and it's like everything with my apartment. I don't want to say that I do everything, but I almost do everything.
Welcome to my world.
Yes. So that's in a nutshell. That's the Pigeon story.
What, Jay?
And,
Doc doesn't hold up for his. He doesn't hold up his end of the bargain.
Listen, Max Headroom.
Oh.
Stop opening up your. You got to download these episodes and listen to your friggin' Max Headroom.
I refuse to download.
That's all right. We don't want to skew the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
Pure. What were you trying to say? Something about the
Sanity about Kurt Thomas. Doc doesn't hold up his end of the deal at the apartment.
If by holding up his end you mean not coming out of his room except to make a mess and not clean it up.
When's he going to get me Ambien? That's what I want to know. Never?
He could write stuff now.
Did you ever talk about the mysterious package you got? Speaking of pills?
Yeah, you got some more of that? I could use some more of that, actually.
I was interested in having some of that. Not that I'm having any of that anytime soon.
If we're talking about the same thing I think we're talking about, he gave me a 4-pack and I never got to use them.
Oh, shit.
That's all right. I have...
You were to use them all at once, or...?
No, I never used any.
Okay. I was going to say, take 4 of those.
And I'm looking at it, and they're expired like 2 years ago. I'm like, should I even try using that right now?
I was...
You got any more of that? Any more hook on that?
Of course I have more of that. I got 100 of them.
Oh.
Why
did you tell me that when I was there for SantaCon? I could use it. I got my own place now.
You just said you would use the 4 I gave you.
Well, I've had opportunities to use them since then, but I was scared because they expired.
Well, then why do you want more expired ones?
Because I don't know what I did with the other ones.
See, now the truth comes out.
Yeah, well, I ate up one lonely night. I took E and then I ate him. Oh, no, wait, that's someone else.
No, that's someone else you live with.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was living in Long Island, and I got this package. It was in my name, and in it was 100 Viagras. Didn't order them, never got charged, never had to pay for them. There was no other info, so I could track down like where they were ordered from.
Thank that person. Oh, I thought you got it from your doc roommate.
No, I just got a random package in the mail in my name.
I thought he got them for you.
With 100 Viagras in it.
Still have them. Oh, I'm coming down then. I'll be down in 2 hours. I gotta get some more.
I'll be down quick. We gotta cut this short.
So now I just have like this drawer full.
I think I threw mine out after they expired.
Well, I didn't get a new package, so...
Well, I don't care. I just like to have some.
Stop throwing them out.
Just in case.
Well,
ridiculous, man.
I don't think I did it intentionally. I think I threw them out with just some other shit that I threw out. I don't know.
Do not take more than a half.
Oh, really?
I repeat, do not take more than a half.
So is it true? Did the ladies really like that? What your experience? Was it that much better with?
Well,
obviously longer.
Jay's only had it twice in its life, so.
Oh.
She didn't take it. Well, I mean, she took it, but she didn't take the Viagra.
Oh, she took it all right.
No, but I'm saying, all right, you took it. Was she more pleased than the normal, or was she?
Oh, she was a bitch. Who I'm
that
never.
Was that stupid bitch, yeah, from the night after the Beastie Boys.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's
why.
She
was a huge bitch. Oh yeah.
No, she was a complete bitch. She told me. She insisted that I take one, and then, like 15 minutes later, she's like, "Oh, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore." And so I sat there for the next hour and 45 minutes with this 8-foot 2x4. I was yelling from my bed. I'm like, "I need a doctor in here. You got a problem."
Fucking A,
roommate
dude.
wasn't there. It was just me sleeping on the couch. I had to hear all that.
Yeah, if you take one of those, you better be fucking for at least 3 hours or else.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was awesome while I was going, but then that stupid bitch is just like, no more. And it's like, and you asked me to take this. Why?
Well, because you gotta have a woman that wants the long. because if they don't want the long, then don't take it.
Right, yeah. I was telling the girl I'm dating now that I have them. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Maybe you should try it. I'm like, just let me tell you, like, you're going to get fucked for like 2.5 hours. So, like, make sure you want an entire afternoon of that
Not the usual
before you
5
don't
minutes.
take this. Yeah. About 2 hours and 26 minutes longer than usual. So, you got to make sure you're ready for that.
That's funny.
Every time I had an opportunity to use them, I never had them with me, and then I just was like, what the fuck?
Got to put those shits in your wallet.
I don't have a wallet.
For the weekend down in Florida, where you just go to
In your money clip.
the hotel.
And then a couple times I did bring them out when I thought I had a chance. It never ended up happening. So it was like, all right, whatever.
Is that a good thing to bring for a random hookup? Little Viagra? That seal the deal?
Well,
hey, baby, you got some Viagra.
It's kind of
I never even got to that point.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a surprise. Like, not many people will be like, hey, look what I got. You know,
I got
that
my
might work.
pills. You take your pill,
I mean,
I'll take my pill.
Then they can't say, oh, you're not a 1 minute man. So
Right. Well, I mean, you know.
I might have a
You gotta
heart
make
attack, but that's okay.
It definitely makes your heart race. So I was like bugging out for a minute. But, yeah, you know, I think you got to gauge it. But, you know, if you got a girl that's
a
whore, then she would definitely be into that.
Does Randy subscribe to this?
Who?
I can only imagine. Nobody.
Lawyer Randy?
Yeah.
Is she?
Nothing she's never heard before.
Oh, okay.
No, she doesn't listen to this. She wants to be a guest. Everyone wants to be a guest. Nobody wants to listen.
I got a couple people that want to be guests, but I don't think they have mics yet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, tell him to get a mic. That same thing happened to me. This other guy wants to be a guest, but he doesn't have Skype. I'm like, well...
it's free. You could just download it.
Yeah, exactly. And then this other guy has Skype, but he doesn't have a mic. You know, I'm like, well, get your shit together.
Will got a mic and Skype. We should get him on. Or is he too busy being a father?
Too busy being a shitty father? No, I don't know. I got to pick a week when a new video game isn't out, and maybe he'll be on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about boring sports real quick.
Go ahead. Jay, the Islanders are tied at the end of OT here. I'm watching the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Knicks only lost by 40. It's a moral victory.
Did the Nuggets play tonight?
No.
Okay, speaking of the Nuggets, see how I segued in that? Really
Very
quick?
nice. Yes, very smooth.
Have
you done this before?
You were made for this, man.
No, I have not, but I do some improv now and again in my acting and things. So, was curious to read on Sports Illustrated online, because that's what I do when I'm not really working, which is 75% of the time at work. What's up with this? Like, I think it's Ron Artest. There's talk about bringing Ron Artest into Denver.
Right, because you want an entire starting lineup of thugs.
And I don't want that, because wasn't Ron Artest the guy from fucking Indiana that got suspended for a year for that fight?
Yep.
It was only 60 games, but yes.
What the fuck, man? This is I mean, I'm a fan. I've seen at least 4 games this year live in Denver when I was home and stuff. But that just seems like the worst idea, to me.
Only because it is the worst idea.
Bring him in, and he can start fights, and we can lose.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, I don't follow basketball a whole lot, but I know enough about what's going on just from sort of breezing through the paper and watching Sports Center or whatever. Getting Ron Artest isn't going to make them... What are they going to win? 5 more games and lose in the first round in 6 games instead of 4? I don't think that's something you even want to bother.
I see. I don't think it's worth it.
I heard somebody say that there's 9 teams that are on pace to win 50 games in the West, and only 8 teams make the playoffs. And in the East, like the Nets are going to make the playoffs, and they're like 12 games under 500.
Yeah, in the East, there's only like 4 teams right now above 500.
Yeah,
and like 2 of those teams are like barely above.
Yeah.
People's thoughts are that Artest will become, a more. He'll be like the ball handler solution.
You said ball handler.
I said ball handler. I know, and once I said it, I was like out of there. No, I don't. But it just seems like a waste of money because I think next year he'll opt out or he'll retire or I don't even know what. But I think that it's a silly. I think we just need to, point blank. They need to play better defense, and I think they got what they need, and they're going to give up too much to get him. And
who are they going to trade for him?
They'll give away this guy Chiesa and probably a couple of prospects.
Get rid of Kenyon Martin. That guy's garbage.
He is.
No kidding, dude. I've seen him play. Fucker, man. He goes for the dunk. I saw him in one game miss 4 dunks.
Well, how about that cocksucker in the dunk contest? He threw the ball in from 20 feet away, and they called it a dunk.
That was hilarious, though.
That's a white.
He wasn't
that was Dwight Howard. You didn't watch it?
He wasn't even near the hoop. He just threw it down. He just shot the ball.
He took off his jersey. He had a Superman jersey under it, and a guy ran out from the crowd and put a cape on him. And he tried to dunk from the free throw line, and he was about 3 feet away, and he started going down. And so he just threw it in. It was the funniest thing.
It wasn't even he could have used both arms. If he put his arm on his other arm, he still wouldn't have been near the rim. That's how far away he was.
I think I did see it, but I didn't look at it close enough to see that he was
he just
that
threw it in.
Away. Shit.
He just threw it.
Well, the East is the weak conference, but man, they fucking schooled the West in the oh, there you go. In the All-Star game, they fucking schooled them.
About the All-Star game.
Yes. You can't hear that, can you?
What are you doing?
Oh, no, we're watching the Superman dunk on YouTube, but I'm not high-tech enough to figure out how to stream it, so...
I think there's probably an issue with copyright if you try to do that shit.
No, you can play audio from something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen this, but I don't think...
You really want to hear the audio of somebody not dunking the ball?
Not really, I guess. Oh,
all right, you are right.
Yeah, he threw it in, but it was. I think he won because of comedic factor.
Oh wait, and he was. Shit. Yeah, you're right. He was. He was actually closer than when Jordan did his famous tap the.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody wants to listen to us watch something though. So
yeah, that's. I'm sorry.
Let's move on.
So no. All right, that's my one sports thing. Sorry, we're done with that now.
Did you have another one? You said 2 things happened to you.
Oh well, I mean the other drama in my apartment building is there's a very old woman that lives below me, and she's been there since at least the late '60s.
Stupid wrinkled bitch.
Islanders won.
But
in a shootout.
She had a stroke.
Oh, okay. I take that back.
Wherever she was, she's like the annoying neighbor, below me when I first moved in. You need a carpet up there because it's too. You're walking around and I can hit. I'm like,
oh god,
woman. All right, I'm just moving in. I'm sorry I'm making so much noise. All right, but since then she's been very nice. But I haven't seen her in a long time. I think she's pretty much just in her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But so I get home from the gym and there's a ambulance out in front. So I'm like, what the fuck? And people talking in front of my building. I'm like, whatever. So I walk up. And, I kind of keep to myself. I don't want somebody else's business.
Right.
But there's a you remember when you came to my party?
Yep.
Creepy neighbor guy with the weed?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Later on, I hear some, yelling, and it's right below me, and I go out in the hall, and he's, yelling at somebody in her apartment. I guess he had called the paramedics because he thought she had a stroke, or she did, and, but the people that are taking care of her or whatever didn't want them there for some reason. Well, he causes such a commotion that I guess the cops get called. He's still limping off right before the cops start frisking him and pushing him up against the wall and stuff. And I'm sort of watching from afar, but man, I mean, I'm not distrustful of cops completely, but I just get a little nervous around them. I had a friend from high school that he became a cop. He was just a total dick. He tried to be cool, but you always were on your guard around yourself.
Right.
Anyway, side note though, he did pull my brother over one time and looked at my brother's license and was like, let a deep sigh. I was like, you're not Alex's brother, are you? And my brother was like, yeah. All right, just slow down next time and just let him go.
That's
So
fair.
one nice thing. But anyway, so this guy, and it's going on and on and on about, well, they won't, she had a stroke. She needs medical attention. And I don't know who this other person was that was saying, mind your own fucking business. And so it's just really, all this drama going on below. She's probably the only person I've really met in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone is very much like either not there or doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, New York's like that.
Or they cycle through. Like there's been like a bunch of college kids go through there, but 6 months later they're gone. So, but that happened. It was just really strange. It kind of reminded me of like Friends or something, where the upstairs neighbor like dies and they actually clean out the guy's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't watch Friends. But
So did she die?
Not that I know of. There's not been any moving truck to get her stuff out. I think she's. I don't know. I almost say I want to go knock on her door, but I don't want to get, accosted or something. I don't know.
Right.
But I don't think she died.
Oh, that's good.
But anyway, that was really I don't know, just strange. But like my roommates are never around when this shit happens. They're always still at work or off, at the gym or partying late or.
They miss pigeons. They miss dead, wrinkly neighbors.
But I don't miss like the roommate coming home with the hookup late at night, waking me up with the bed creaking and the screaming and the.
That's great.
That only happened once, though, so I can't.
And the shut up and pay me before I leave and call my pimp.
Exactly.
Oh, did you hear this on the morning show? Jane Fonda
Said cunt.
said cunt.
Yeah. I love Jane Fonda.
You can't say anything on TV without it being a friggin' national event, but Jane Fonda can say cunt and like nothing happens.
Wait, don't they have a delay on shows like that though? Like a 3-second delay or a 5-second delay?
I thought they did, but
I think it was still
apparently-
bleeped out, but everyone just was like, well, she said cunt.
I don't think it was bleeped out. I heard the audio from it, and it wasn't very bleeped.
I don't know.
I mean, I heard it. I didn't hear it firsthand. I heard it through the news or read it.
I think I saw it on Soup.
Yeah, they were talking about how it was like right near Valentine's Day or something, and it was sort of a feminist thing where you take back the word, and if you use the word enough, then it has no more meaning, and like various obscenities.
Is that why black people always say the N-word?
Exactly.
Same type of...
I guess so, and I agree to that to a certain degree, but I think I don't know.
You guys want to hear the audio? I'll take the mic. I'll take the headphones out for a second, and I'll put the microphone up to the speakers, and we can hear it. So let's see if she says cunt or not. Let's try this out.
Fan, I haven't seen the play. I live in Georgia, okay? I was asked to do a monologue called Cunt.
Okay, she definitely said cunt, and that was definitely not cut out.
Okay, so that's what it was. If you've seen the vagina monologues, there is a piece called Cunt.
Yeah, but you can't say that on TV. I mean, if they did that...
Just did.
I mean, but if they did that on, like, Family Guy, like, that show would be canceled.
Speaking of Family Guy, I hate to go off on a tangent here, but I would pay to see that James Woods movie, September 11th, 2000 Fun, if you watched this last week. Did you guys see it this week? That movie sounded really funny. You didn't see it this week?
No.
Oh my god.
2000 Fun?
James Woods was back, and he, did you see the other one with James Woods?
Yeah.
Where's the dog?
Yeah. So James Woods came and stole Peter's identity and became Peter, and was like living in the house, and he had Peter arrested for trespassing and all this stuff, and he was walking around wearing Peter's clothes and all that stuff. So then Brian said to Peter, he goes, well, you could get back at James Woods, get a fake ID that says you're James Woods. So Peter comes out on Letterman as James Woods, and Letterman's like, you're not James Woods. And he goes, here's my driver's license, I'm James Woods. and he like starts saying all these like bad things to like ruin his reputation. He goes, "Yeah, and I got a 9/11 film coming out. It's a comedy. It's called September 11th, 2000 Fun. I play a window washer who just finished washing the top floor of the World Trade Center, and I see a plane coming, and I say, 'Oh no, what's gonna happen now?' And like, oh, it sounded so funny. It would have been. I'd pay to see that movie. It sounds so funny."
Nice.
So then, like, James Woods got like all this hate mail and stuff, and then it all resolved itself at the end. But yeah, download that episode and watch it because it sounds really funny. That movie. It was called September 11th, 2000 Fun or something like that.
Or obtain the episode legally.
Right. Well, you know.
Can you get those episodes for free and like you know play them on your iPod? Is that possible, or is it?
If you want to watch Family Guy on a 2x2-inch screen, sure.
Well, I just got an iPhone and I've got all this extra space, and you know I want to use all the features, so I'm just curious.
I don't know. You probably can. But
Awesome.
That was definitely very funny.
Is it MP4?
No, I think before that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're talking about Cunt and Jane Fonda.
Is that show funny anymore? I had to give it a break.
What,
It was
Family Guy?
Yeah, it was pissing me
It
off.
still has its moments. And when they don't overuse the gay guy and the old pervert and some of the other stuff, it's still pretty funny. I mean, it still makes me laugh.
I feel like every 4 episodes is a really, really good one, but you gotta like sift through a lot of crap to get there. But you know, we disagreed on the Star Wars ones.
I think it's genuinely the same as it's always been, but you got to remember when it first came out, it was in like 1999, and we're
No, it's not the
8
same
years.
as it's always been. It is night and day from the way it used to be.
I don't know.
There's some shit episodes out there.
Well, there's shitty episodes of everything. I mean, you have to take into effect when the first run ended, it was 49 episodes, and it was probably like 2 or 3 bad ones. I mean,
Yeah, now it's like half and half.
well, I mean, it's going to even out. I mean, just look at The Simpsons. I mean, they've been up for 19 years, so there's going to be more bad than good now, and it's the same sort of with Family Guy. If they had never come back, we'd still be saying how great a show it is, but now that it's back and there's more chance for a shitty episode per, you know, I mean, there's still less shitty episodes of that than there are of, you know, other shows. Cause,
I think they rely more on shock value than I think The Simpsons ever did. I think there's not enough smart material really for, I don't know.
it's more random humor, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
it's definitely not like...
Not that The Simpsons is like the end all be all. I enjoy a lot of the episodes, but like I don't watch new hardly anymore at all because it seems to have taken a different tone now. So.
Yeah, well now
there's a lot of good satire in like the old Simpsons, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Family Guy gets too corny now. It's like, you know, Quagmire turns into Daffy Duck, and it's like, it's just stupid. You know, he's like bouncing upside down and like shows the Looney Tunes logo, and I don't know. That kind of stuff is just dumb. I don't like it.
The one thing I do like about that show is when they go off on tangents that are references to old TV shows.
80s stuff usually, yeah.
Yeah, like the Electric Company or the you know Reading Rainbow or whatever that fucking like.
I like when they do it and it's a funny take on it.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they just redo it like word for word and it's just the Family Guy characters in the place of it.
Yeah.
That I just think is a waste of time. If they do a funny twist on it, then I think it's funny.
A-Team episode, love though.
That was
Love.
good.
Or the Happy Days episode was pretty good.
18 what?
A-Team.
Oh,
A-Team.
yeah.
Animal BA.
Yeah. I thought it was the 18. Yeah, no, the 18 one was pretty good.
Oh man.
Well, let's go over the info again so people can
Good idea.
contact us. The email is thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. If you want to vote for us on Podcast Alley, just go to the comedy section, and we're like around, I don't know, just go to the comedy section and look for The Brink of Sanity, because for some reason we're not in the search yet.
Go to comedy shows, and then we're on the list somewhere, wherever we are ranked.
Right. Right now, I think we're like 29th. We're not showing up in the search for some reason. I'm working on that. So you could give us a vote there, and then we'll be higher than 29th.
Right.
Um,
If you're ever on Skype, you can IM.
27, baby.
Yeah, we just moved up to 27th. So
If you're on Skype, you can IM or call the Brink of Sanity. That's your screen name. And
the Brink of Sanity, no spaces. That you could Skype in, talk to us. Wednesdays between 8:30 and 9:30 we'll be on.
So probably about 10:30 or so, we'll have the show should be up, right? 10:30, 11, depending how long it takes.
Yeah, probably closer to 11.
I know someone last week. I went into work Thursday morning, and he was like, "Yeah, I listened to half your show last night." So really, we just finished doing it.
Yeah, I put it up, and then I hit refresh on the stats, and we already had one download.
Yeah, it must have been Brian from work, because he was like, "Yeah, I started to listen to part of it," and he liked the part when I was talking about not getting anal sex, but giving anal sex.
Nice, good job.
Yeah.
And then we have thebrinkofsanity.libsyn.com. It's pretty much the same thing as Podcast Alley, only you may see a funny picture. And then the last thing, if you want to see the video of SantaCon, it's youtube.com/TITOWAJ. There is a video of us, including Alex, at SantaCon. So you can see Rowdy Roddy Santa and the Blue Man Group Santa and the King Santa.
Yeah.
And
other random Santas.
Yeah, and about 500 other random Santas.
Good times.
Definitely
So that is all the ways you can contact us if you so choose to do so.
And I think you should choose to.
Yeah, I do too.
Choose me. Choose me.
I choose you.
Oh.
If anybody has anything they want us to talk about next week, or any comments on who they think, what they think of our third person, so far it's
third and a half person.
Yeah. Right, Joel or Alex or whoever we have next week, shoot an email, and we'll read the emails probably on the air. And I guess that's that's as far as contacting us. Like I said, once we get more listeners, we'll try and go live and have a video cast or all that fancy stuff that
something
7-year-olds, all these 7-year-olds know how to do, and I can't figure out. But I'll make more of an effort if it's worth it.
Exactly.
And if you want to buy Brink of Sanity merchandise. No, just kidding.
You have to create it and then sell it to us and then buy it from us.
Right.
The Brink of Sanity cum rag.
Brink of Sanity Viagra pills.
That's the funniest thing ever, man. I know we're gonna quit here, but back 3 or 4 years ago, I was big into Tenacious D, and I looked at their website, and they actually had in their list of things you could buy a cum rag.
That's funny.
And it was a yellow towel with like a My Little Pony embroidered on there. And I don't know what it said on there, but it was fucking hilarious. I just about bought one. It was hilarious.
Nice.
Go ahead and get them.
So, anybody else have anything they would like to add?
No, sir.
No.
I love spoon. Or what does the guy say?
My spoon is too big.
No, from Anchorman.
Oh, I love lamp.
I love lamp.
Fuck you. Anchorman. Anybody that's seen that should be choked in public with a rusty belt.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I was actually going to go off on Will Ferrell today because right before we started, I saw the preview for his new gay movie where he plays a homo.
Was he running around in his underwear?
Yeah, he was running around in real short shorts with an afro, and how long until he just comes out of the closet and admits that he's gay and he's not funny? And, yeah, that's the one.
Well, if you go on Sports Illustrated, you can see him taking pictures with Heidi Klum that are pretty hot.
Pass.
She's hot. No? Okay.
I'm done with him. I'm done. I don't care if he's got unless he's got
I can't believe you ever started with him. You're not the Jay McKenna I know.
Well, I didn't start with him.
You said you're done
Don't
with
start with him. Don't start with him.
I'm done with him.
starting with you.
neutral. I was neutral on him. Now I'm completely done being neutral.
I can't believe you got the neutral.
Yeah, it's all the meds I'm on.
Jeez.
Yeah, I start off on neutral instead of hate now.
Dial down.
It doesn't last very long, but it's an effort. All right, so I guess that's a wrap for this episode. Once again, it's our longest episode ever.
All
So,
right, we keep breaking records here.
I know, it's amazing. Well, hopefully we'll break records for episode downloads now.
I hope so.
Cheers, my cherry pie.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
It's karaoke time?
Lawrence, yeah, I had to sneak that in.
All right, I'm going to end this before we totally derail.
Sounds good.
So if you're listening, thanks for listening. If you're not listening, listen, you dick.
Yeah.
We'll be back next Wednesday.
Same time next week. Thanks for listening. Tell a friend.
Peace.
All right, later.